one he's about 15 to 20 minutes away, and he's kind of doing his own thing. He's engaged to be married, so that's good. So yeah,
Awesome.
all my
Great.
family's remotely, pretty remote, except for my brother down in Florida. So
Yeah. All right. So tell me a little bit about your support network right now, like friends that you might have, or, who would you go to if you needed something to just talk to somebody for the day?
yeah, I would say the group that my husband and I lead on Sunday mornings for our Sunday school class, they're all about our age. And so some of them I was really good friends with before we started the Sunday school class for that age group. And so there are several girls that I feel like I can go to when I'm really struggling with something. And I also have a couple of mentors at our church that I feel like I can talk to when I'm dealing with something difficult. So I feel like I have a pretty good social circle. It's taken some time to build that because I used to have a really big social circle, years ago, but then some things happened and that whole group just kind of fell apart. So there was a time period for a couple of years where I didn't really have a social network, and that was really challenging for me. But it's been really cool to see how the Lord's allowed, people to come into my life in the last 2 years, being married and stuff, and creating relationships with people. So I feel like I've definitely, you know, been allowed to have a good social circle that I can talk to people.
Okay. Yeah, you said that you had a social group that you're no longer part of.
Hmm.
Uh, that's something maybe we might explore more later if it's something you're comfortable with.
Yeah,
Just to see
absolutely.
if there's any correlation between your reason for coming to counseling and that, or just to see how that might help you to kind of work through any of those things.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be something I'd be interested in talking about.
Okay, great. Uh, so tell me a little bit, or let's talk about your medical history. Do you
Okay.
have any previous injuries, illness, or hospitalizations, or any current medical conditions?
I don't have any illnesses or prior issues related medically. I do have a hormonal disorder, which is called polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Okay.
So that can cause some emotional ups and downs. I am on medication for it. Um, I had to be on medication for it because my hormones were just so off the chart that my emotions were just up and down, and honestly felt like somebody that had multiple personalities sometimes. And so getting that under control has been a huge blessing for me and for my marriage,
Yeah.
So but that is something that I deal with currently. But as far as I know, no one in my family deals with that or has dealt with that prior to me. So.
Okay. Has anyone in your family had any major illnesses or injuries?
So my dad's side of the family, and I guess my mom's side too, but my dad seems to be more prevalent because my dad is one of 7 kids, and all of his siblings have had major heart issues. His dad died of a heart attack, and then actually my uncle had a heart attack last night and is in the hospital today. True story. But my dad has had quadruple bypass surgery. All of his siblings have had some kind of open heart surgery. So there's definitely a history of heart issues, which is why I am so focused on like being in the gym and eating healthy and stuff, is because I know that family history there, and I want to like do something about it now before I get older and it's too late to do something about it. So,
Good for
but yeah,
you. That's
yeah,
good.
trying. I try to encourage them too, but it's harder to motivate people that aren't ready to be motivated. So,
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you can just be a good example.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
What about your mother's side or any of your siblings? Is there any illness or injury on their part?
No illnesses that I'm aware of as far as my siblings or my mom's side. Well, my mom's dad passed away during